Hope you're good. Hope you're well. So, I've been seeing this on social media recently, and it's all over the internet. It's a picture of an examiner administering an examination to animals in the jungle. And as you can see in the picture, there's a bird there, there's a monkey, there's an elephant, there's a fish, amongst other animals. And he's telling the animals that for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. So, it's just funny trying to imagine how the fish will climb the tree. Um, the monkey obviously will have an advantage there. Maybe the bird can fly there, but how is it going to climb? How will the elephant climb and things like that. So on the writ, usually there's this quote supposedly by Albert Einstein, and he's talking about our education system. And the quote says, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So I was intrigued by this, and I went to find out more and actually found out by a court investigator that there is no substantive evidence that Einstein made this statement. So, although you find it everywhere and it's so pervasive on social media that Einstein made the statement, actually, he didn't. The earliest evidence of a close match known to QI, court investigator, appeared in 2004, decades after the death of Einstein in 1955, in the self help book, The Rhythm of Life Living Every Day with Passion and Purpose by Matthew Kelly. It contained the chapter titled Everybody's a Genius, which began that by claiming that Einstein made this quote. Okay, so the chapter began by claiming that Einstein made this quote, but actually, there's no evidence that he did. Um, there is there is an educational allegory written under the pen name Aesop Jr., published in the Journal of Education in 1898. It emphasized the absurdity of using a single inflexible standard for assessing the achievement of each individual student. So it began with a fable or story where all the animals had to take one exam. Okay, and the central point of the fable is that each individual should be allowed to pursue his or her own strengths based on their natural abilities, and a weakness in some areas should not induce feelings of debilitating inferiority. Okay, so everyone should be able to pursue what they can do naturally and what they love to do. And yes, I agree with that. Okay, but Einstein didn't make the statement, it's not his quote. And let's examine this in more detail, shall we? Okay, so just some humble observations. Um, so the story says for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. But actually, in the educational system, what you find is that contrary to what you find in this exam that's been set by this teacher, this educator on the screen, that's been set in this meme that's everywhere on social media, what you actually find is that medical students will do the medical exam, business students will do the business exam, art students will do an art exam, an IT student will take an IT exam. Okay, so actually, in this picture, in this allegory here we have on screen, the bird should do the bird exam, the monkey should do the monkey exam, the elephant, the exams for elephants, and the fish should do the fish exam, okay? And the reason for that is because, if the fish is out there, you want to make sure that the fish is swimming properly. If it's a professional fish and you're trying to hire the fish, you want to make sure the fish can do the job. So think about you going to see a doctor. You want to know that that doctor is qualified and able to treat you, right? It's giving you the best advice and giving you the best treatment, the best value at the time that can save your life. Same if you're hiring a business consultant or somebody that's been to a business school student. You want to make sure that this person can actually do the job. Okay. Um, Now, if maybe somebody has been to medical school and the person also feels they have art skills, so maybe the elephant has been to elephant school and the elephant thinks, I can do what the lion does. The elephant can go and do the lion exam as well, okay, and gets this additional qualification. And you see this as well. You find people, maybe a medical doctor could go to an MBA, an IT consultant or an IT professional can still go to business school, and people having multiple degrees. Okay, so you have that happening as well. Now, the essence of these different exams, and actually sometimes you can even take it a step further, right? So, in the medical school, you have people who become neurosurgeons, you have people who specialize in gynecology and things like that. Okay, and the reason for that is you want to make sure people are qualified and able to do what they say they can do, right? You need to have standards for that. And one of the reasons why I'm making this video is because I have a lot of students who, as an academic, they don't want to engage, or they're not engaging, they're not taking the opportunity before them because of memes like this. Okay, so I would just like to specify that you should take the exam that is best for you, okay, as opposed to what's in this meme, right? So if you want to, be a business professional, and you look at your career trajectory, you see that this is something you want to do, you want to be qualified, you want to be a professional, by all means, dedicate yourself to it. Become a professional. Become the best of the best in your own field. Okay, and that will stand you in good stead. Instead of going to, try and take shortcuts. Okay, so take the different exams for the different animals. I'll start with that. And also for parents, you should be active in helping your kids to sort of put them on the right path in the future. Don't select the exam for them, but let them know that they have all these options and let them choose the right animal path, the right path, the right animal exam that is good for them, right? If they want to go into art, they want to go into science, right? So try and look at their natural abilities, and let them know that there are these options out there. And your choice should not be based on just money, because a lot of these memes, why they do it is because they say, oh, you don't need to go to business school to learn business. You don't need to go to engineering school to learn this. You can now, some things you can pick up on the internet, absolutely, but there's some things you get from being in that environment, dedicating yourself, learning hardcore research-led principles that's based on theory, on practical solutions, and that qualify you and make you a professional in your field. So don't forget that. Don't just make decisions based on money. Think about some of the success stories we have now. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, rest in peace, awesome, awesome human being. When they went into IT and when they started doing these things, they weren't exactly very profitable. They weren't the most profitable professions, right? Oil, energy. The energy firms were the ones raking in the money, the finance firms. But now they've done so well with IT that they've created opportunities, and a lot of people want to go into IT to make money. But don't let money be your only motivation, okay? Go in there because you have the motivation. And in 20 years, in 10 years, when you look back, you're like, I made the right choice, okay? And there will be pain, right? So when the elephant is taking the elephant exam, there will be some pain, right? So you take the pain that is for your own exam. If you want to be a medical doctor, there will be some courses you will like, there will be some you might not like that much, but you will do them because you want to succeed. Same with business, same with art, same with IT, so there will be pain. So choose the right path for you, and education will help you to be a professional. Education won't just help you in that your own particular field. It opens your eyes, it gives you opportunities, it makes you unfit to be a slave. It helps you to make the right decisions and to be a professional all around and to just be a better human being. I know people who say have MBAs, master's degrees, and they're still doing some jobs that some people will consider menial, but they do that with professionalism. So a carpenter, for instance, that has an MBA would approach the business part of it different, just with with some knowledge, some extra knowledge. So that can help. So in a nutshell, trying to say is at the end of the day, it's your life. If you want to go for the bird exam, go for it. If you want to go for the monkey exam, do it. If you want to go for the elephant exam, by all means. If you want to do the fish exam, go and do it. All right. Now, we might need some basic knowledge of education. So maybe being able to read, being able to write, being able to do some basic maths, being able to read street signs, okay? Because that will help you no matter the part you choose, okay? But make sure you choose the exam for the parts that you want to take and embrace your own pain. So there will be pain at some point. There might be pain of regret because you let your opportunities pass and you didn't take the exam that would have given you the life you wanted. Or maybe there will be pain while you were doing it, right? So while you're studying for your medical degree, there will be pain. There might be some courses you excel at and some you don't excel at. Okay. So there will be pain, right? So choose your pain, embrace it and choose your pain. And don't let the love of money determine your fate, right? So make sure you choose something that, say, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you look back and you're like, I made the right choice, right? So I always tell my students this. Think about the rise of the IT field, right? Information technology rise. Okay, 20 years ago, the field that made a lot of money was, say, in banking, in energy, in oil, things like that. Okay, the success stories in IT that we all tell people about now, a lot of them went into IT because they loved it and then they made money from it. Okay, so the money will come, but choose something that you want to do. So do not let the love of money determine your fate, and you can make your own way. It's even possible for you to be successful without going to have a theoretical education within the four walls of a classroom, or you can have a hybrid approach where you do some courses in a class, say in school, in university, where you're having your education, then you leave, you go in real life, you come back. And this is why some people go, do a master's degree, some will do a couple years in college, some years in university, get some education, go, get some real life experience. It's possible, no matter what your part is, make your own way, but embrace it, okay? And you will do well. All right, bye for now, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Be good. Bye for now.